It's time for Remodel Revolution. And now, an award-winning contractor with over 40 years' experience. Here is Alex Guthrie.
Welcome to another episode of Remodel Revolution. I'm your host, Alex Guthrie. We're coming to you live from the world headquarters of Remodel Revolution, from right here in the heart of Texas. I kind of messed that one up. We're going to have a lot of fun today. We have got Michael Rubino. Michael is an author and he is an expert on mold remediation, and I thought it would be a great time to talk to him this time of year about mold remediation. And the big question is it allergies or is it a mold reaction? So that's a great question. We're looking forward to having Michael. And we have got the Seal-Lock guys. That's SEALOC. These guys have some of the most interesting audio-visual products you will see on the market today. And they actually go outside. That's the name of the product, Seal-Lock. So stay tuned. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're probably doing your outdoor patios about this time of year. You should be, even though the price of materials has gotten kind of crazy. But hey, you got to get it ready for the football season. I mean, why else are you doing it for the fall? So I wanted to get my good friend Frank Boyd and Rick Webster from Seal-Lock. They actually sell, and I don't know if they install. We'll find out in a minute. They have fantastic outdoor audiovisual products. I've known them for years. They're great guys and very, very intelligent when it comes to this stuff. So welcome to the show, Frank and Rick. Rick is in the white. Frank is in the black. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you. It's great
Glad to be here, Alex.
So Seal-Lock is an outdoor audiovisual line of products. Why don't you tell us kind of some of the stuff you have, some of the special things about it?
Absolutely. So as you were mentioning, we manufacture our own products, and we have products that range anywhere from TVs that are 32 inches in size to TVs that go up to 98 inches in size. And if you need products even bigger than that, we can go with something called direct view LED, which are like jumbotrons, right? Like you might see down in Vegas.
So I can put a jumbotron on my patio.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Right. I could get in big trouble there. Yeah. So you don't want to show like the family stuff on it, the family movie.
Yeah.
No. You want to watch football.
Correct.
Although at my house it would be fishing shows. It would really make them mad.
Yeah, at my house it would be hunting shows. So,
okay, all right, good deal.
Yeah, we started out with TVs, right? That was kind of where we got into. It was mostly in the residential. We've certainly expanded beyond that since then. So now we have our own line of audio products. We have our own line of outdoor mounts, and just a slew of other outdoor accessories to kind of complete the whole audio-visual experience.
Let's talk about how we used to do it, because there's a lot of people that probably don't understand really how far it's come, like everything else, Yeah. Basically what you've done, you met people said they wanted a TV on their patio or under their porch or whatever. We would have to build a wood box. We would have to waterproof it, and then we'd have to find a TV that would, and they were big, giant TVs. I mean, but back then, back in the day, before we had outdoor products, these things were super expensive, super expensive. But so like the first, I remember, I'm old enough to remember when the LEDs came, I don't know, the plasmas came out, and they were like 30 grand or so. They were ridiculously expensive.
$5,000 for a 55. I did 9 of them for McDavid Honda, Frisco.
Five grand each, and now they're
Heavier than snot.
300. I mean, my wife and I have been looking for TV. Now I don't know about the C-Lock, but just the regular going to Walmart. You know, you're talking $300 for the same TV. Unbelievable.
Nuts.
So now but I'm sorry, I digress. But we built boxes, we set them in boxes, and we were kind of taking things that were made for the indoors and trying to adapt them to the outdoors. And folks, it wasn't pretty sometimes. They weren't made for that.
That's right.
And so tell us the difference, Frank, in then and now.
Yeah, so what we did originally was we basically built a fence around a TV, you know, with a door that opened, and then you could watch the TV. Since then, what we've done is we've leaned on NASA. Just like Velcro came from NASA technology, our solution was developed from a NASA solution. When electronic circuit boards that control the rocket ships would go through the atmosphere in outer space, all the humidity would condense on the circuit boards, fry the circuit boards. Unreliable. So they came up with a solution. It was very expensive. And what we've been able to do is work with chemists and come up with a formula that serves basically the same purpose at a greatly reduced price.
So it's protecting the circuitry with whatever. We don't care, do we? We don't care. We just want to know it's protected.
From the inside out.
Right.
So you don't need a big ugly box or a fence or anything else anymore.
There's also a call I was going to get was there's rust running down the wall because of what you used to put it on the wall. Talk to us about that. Your finishes, I guess, and the metals that you're using.
Rick, you want to hit that one?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be happy to. You know, so the TVs that we use, you know, I'll start there and then we'll talk a little bit about like how you mount it and everything else. The TVs, you know, the bodies are plastic, right? So they're not going to rust. So we don't have any issues with that. And then if you go to more of our high bright commercial lines that typically end up in the backyard as well, you know, the body is made out of aluminum, so that's not going to rust. And then for our mounting solutions, we use a Dacromet coating over those, right? So it's protected not only from just humidity and rain, but also salt air and other chemicals and things like that.
Well,
so they're designed
saltwater pools.
That's right.
It's there. Salt on the margarita. I mean, you know, so somebody throws something at the TV because they didn't like what happened in the football game. That salt gets on. Okay, enough of that.
Ocean spray.
Ocean spray. Okay.
Got them on boats, you know.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Hey, I got guys at Lake Fork that have bass boats. It looks like they're TV salesmen. They've got so many of them on there. Don't know how they see where they're going, but that's another discussion. So the components and the parts that kind of attach to the wall and keep everything put together, that is really weatherproof, and we don't have to worry about it rusting and that kind of thing like we used to do. Now, your systems are probably a whole lot more sophisticated now. Tell us some of the fun things that happen with your systems now, like your programming, your the speaker systems. Are you doing surround sound? Are you doing all that kind of stuff?
Go ahead, Rick.
All right, yeah.
Rick's our president, so he's intimately involved with a lot more than detail.
I forgot to tell him what I was going to ask him today.
Well, that was on purpose.
We're shooting from the hip. It's
Frank's
all good.
just a salesman. He doesn't know anything. Okay.
Yeah, you know, with the advent of smart TVs, right? That really changes everything.
Change the whole landscape.
Whole thing, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, we go in the Wayback Machine. You're building your boxes around the TVs, and you're running coax and power and all that kind of stuff. Today, you just run power, right?
Wi-Fi.
You got Wi-Fi connectivity, absolutely, right? And not only do you get your TV connected, right, but Now you can connect your sound systems that way because most of these things are wireless.
Now the speakers are wireless too?
Yeah, there's a lot of wireless options for speakers, right? Just power is all you need at that point.
Think of all the lamp cord we're saving.
Right?
That's what we used to wire them with, brown lamp cord,
Yeah. And you know,
rolls of it.
and for a more sophisticated solution where you want to have multi-zones and things like that, the answer is yes, all those things are doable. You know, we have weatherproof speaker options, weatherproof sound bars, things of that nature, right? And there's lots of ways to integrate these things. You know, you probably remember Balin's back in the day, or HDMI extenders. You know, we actually weatherproof those as well, right? So when you've got your receiver in the back of the TV and you've got to send your audio and video signal to it, you don't have to worry about that shorting out or rusting or anything.
It's just amazing. It really is amazing. So let's talk about, I keep having this discussion with folks in the industry, availability. Does this stuff come from overseas? I'm assuming it does. And are you able to get your hands on it right now? Are you challenged?
We're not. Fortunately, well,
We're not.
We had
We're
a-
not what?
we're not challenged. Yeah. Now, I can't speak to my boss over here. He might be challenged or touched or something, but
Hey, you better watch it. Watch it.
no, we saw a real short season right at the peak of COVID last year where TVs were a little hard to find, and it lasted, I don't know, maybe 30 days.
Because everybody was buying them because they were all officing out of their homes.
Exactly. Exactly. It was no different than, video cameras, right? You know, for doing Zoom at home or whatever, right? You couldn't find those things anywhere. But, fortunately, we haven't had any supply issues. 90% of our products do not come out of China, right? So we haven't had any of those embargo and tariff problems. We haven't had the big delays. Most of the products are really coming out of Korea.
So speaking of the last year or so, there's been sort of a reset in how we all live. And there's been a real dramatic change in the fact that people are spending more time at home. And there's a lot of changes in our lifestyle. How is this affecting your business? Certainly it is. I mean, certainly more people are expanding outdoor living areas.
That's right.
And
It's the new kitchen.
it's the,
right?
yeah.
It's the biggest. It's the biggest investment that people are making. Since COVID. I think that the upshot to that too, right? I try to find the silver lining in every dark cloud is, we're seeing families together more, right? People
I
spending more
totally
time
agree with
together.
that. Totally agree. Yeah.
And
And they're creating a fresh air environment, really a clean environment to be in instead of stuck in the house.
yeah, exactly. Well, if you think about it, right? If you're working from home, you're in your home all day long. The last thing you want to do is spend the rest of your evening or family time in the home, right? So invest.
You
in
can only
that.
put so many locks on the door,
That's right. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. But COVID, it was very fortunate for us. We saw more growth during COVID than we did in the last 2 years combined.
That's amazing.
Triple digit growth.
It doesn't surprise me, but it's amazing.
They weren't allowed to go on vacation. So they had this money planned to spend to enjoy life, and said, well, we can't go anywhere. Let's just turn our backyard into our vacation spot.
Well, one of the things that we all know, we've seen evolve in the last year, is that people are, you can go to where I bought my boat right when all this was happening. They can't keep a boat in there. Everybody's buying. If you drive outside the city limits, they're building houses like crazy on land that they're buying. They're just saying, okay, we can't go to Europe, but we want out. And I've had clients tell me, we're thinking about buying a lake house, Alex. Well, you got to remodel it for us. No, but I'll fish off the dock.
I'll wave at you from the lake.
Yeah. Tell me when it's done. I'll come visit. No, but I mean that's real. That's a reality of what's going on. And so there's certain businesses that have done quite well because of this. Quite a few of
RV
them.
world is blown up.
Oh,
That's right.
Yeah. So what's the future? What's the future of this type of product? where do we go from here? There's got to be something.
Yeah.
Frank, what's the future?
Well,
Okay, Rick,
seen a
what's the future?
I'm not quick enough for you. Go ahead.
I think it's a really great question, right? Bigger is better, right? And that's what we're seeing. The 55 was kind of the standard a year and a half to 2 years ago, right? And now the 65 and 75 is the standard. And now people want even bigger outdoors, right? I was talking to you about the jumbotrons, right? It's actually reality.
You weren't
I'm not kidding.
exaggerating.
Yeah, we
Wow.
have clients.
We've done 98 inches, yeah.
Yeah.
TVs.
And 98-inch TVs, and we have clients that they want 120, 160-inch outdoor TV. So in order to get to that, right, you go to direct view LED. And
Is
the
that so you
technology-
can invite the whole neighborhood, but they don't have to come to the house? They can just,
Yeah,
they
they
can
can watch
just
it
see it
next
from
door.
their house.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for acre plus lots that they just got, the pool's massive, the guest house is, everything's just massive, and the small TV just doesn't go with,
So I know that the typical TV now that you buy at Walmart or wherever, I say typical, it doesn't matter where, I just know this because I've been shopping for them. Doesn't matter if I'm on Amazon or I go to Best Buy or go to Walmart. They've all got the same stuff. It's all the same stuff. But those things are only really designed to last maybe a couple of years.
That's right.
If you really use them, they just go blank, done.
It's almost planned obsolescence too, right? You
But
think
when
about
you're talking about a product like yours, you can't have that. You're going to have something that, because that's a huge investment. I'm assuming it's of course it
Not
should
as bad as it
be.
used to be.
Okay.
Well, the prices have definitely come down to.
But
more
I'm
palatable.
assuming that these products would be of higher quality and last longer is my point.
correct.
Yeah. Are they repairable?
They are.
Commercial lines.
Yeah, and our commercial line of products are actually field serviceable, which is even better.
That's, yeah.
Yeah, so if you're even if you're taking a commercial product and putting it in your backyard because you want it bigger and brighter and more durable, that kind of a thing, our products are designed to have a field technician come to your house. They open up the TV, they pull out the bad part, pop in the new part, close it back up, and they're up and running.
Like the good old days.
Like the good old days.
And I
Exactly.
brought that up, folks,
Exactly.
because basically the stuff that we're all being sold right now is not repairable. If for no other reason, now I could take it to a shop that repairs TVs, but the problem is it's so cheap to replace it that there's no point in that. And so now we're going to have this giant landfill full of TVs.
Yeah.
And trust me, take it to the right place, because there's a lot of things in them that you don't want in your water. So anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so even on our residential products, we can repair a lot of the more basic things. If a power board goes out or video board goes out. So on the rare chance that happens, we work with our clients and we ship it back to ourselves. We open the TV up and do our best to repair it for that exact same reason, right? We don't want these contaminants in our land, right? We want some sustainability around it.
And so crickets, moths, ants, bugs, they love nice warm little TVs.
You do.
Yeah. How do you keep them out?
Well, we actually have a plan for that, and we developed a waterproof fabric that we attach to the inside, and that basically allows sound to travel through the speakers and the heat to escape, and we
And the
just don't
bugs
have any more
can't.
bug
And the
problems.
bugs can't get in.
That's right.
Exactly.
No critters.
And we call it what do we call it? Critter guard.
Critter guard.
Yeah,
Critters,
so we have
exactly
our
right.
own critter guard.
Man, that's amazing. That's amazing. Well, I have really, really enjoyed this conversation, and I really appreciate you guys coming in. It's really, really fun to have you here. And I love the idea that we have this option, because so many of us are expanding out into outdoor living areas, and almost a lot of people by necessity, they need more room, and they've got a small lot. They don't have an option. They have to go out and do something. And it's a lot more affordable doing an open air thing than doing like a big room addition or something. So I think your product's really, really great. I'm real proud of you, Frank.
Thank you, man.
You used to just be a wire puller.
Yep.
Frank and I have known each other for a while, and he's really done well. He's a brilliant businessman, and he has built a very successful company in C-Lock. So look him up if you're thinking about getting an outdoor TV. Rick Webster, Frank Boyd.
And if you're in
Thank
the
you so
DFW
much.
area, we also have a partner company that we can get it installed with you.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Alex.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, maybe we'll have Michael Rubino. Imagine this, a totally customized, organized, and beautiful master closet. A home office that fits right into a perfect space. A pantry designed specifically for your storage needs. Imagine your home totally organized. It's time to call the design professionals at Closets by Design DFW and turn your dreams into a reality. With a design staff over 30 strong, Closets by Design works directly with you to create your dream space, and they build it locally, helping support the DFW community. Check them out at dallas.closetsbydesign.com or call them at 972-361-0010. Use the promo code RRV to find out about the amazing specials and discounts available. That's dallas.closetsbydesign.com or call them at 972-361-0010, and don't forget that promo code RRV. Closets by Design. It's only a few short weeks until we'll be running our air conditioners all day and all night. Hey, it's time to get an HVAC tune-up scheduled. Call my friends at Total Air and Heat in Plano, Texas at 972-881-0020 right now and get on their schedule for a tune-up. Don't wait for the long lines. Get ahead of the crowd. Total Air has been servicing North Dallas and Plano and Richardson areas for over 60 years. Steve and Justin Lawton sell and service Carrier brand heating and cooling systems with Green Speed Intelligence technology. So give them a call at 972-881-0020 or contact them at totalair.com. Well, I know that you're doing your outdoor projects, making your plans for the summer. You're going to be doing fences and decks, and you're going to be doing outdoor living areas and all kinds of cool stuff to your house, maybe even repairing your house. And that's going to require that you buy tools. So in next week's show, we're going to have a tool review on some upcoming products that are out. You know, the tool industry has really changed in that we've got lithium batteries now and everything's cordless. So we're going to have some options out here for you to look at and consider, and maybe we'll test a couple of them. Until next week, this is Alex Guthrie signing off. I hope you have a great week. We'll see you next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Hey, don't forget to follow us on all your social media, like us on Facebook, subscribe and share on YouTube, and check us out on all your social media platforms. Don't forget to watch Remodel Revolution on your smart TV, on Texas Weather Tracker TV, on Roku, Android, Apple, and Amazon TV, Sundays at 1 and 3 p.m. Central Standard Time.
The views and opinions of this program are for educational and entertainment purposes only and are not intended to replace the recommendations of a hired professional. You can catch Remodel Revolution anytime. Follow the show on the website, remodelrevolutionradio.com, or on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest using the handle @Remodel Revolution Radio. You can always listen to the show on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and TuneIn, and watch the show anytime on YouTube.